We're talking about counseling stuff, and one thing that comes up often are boundaries. And how do you establish boundaries if people, I don't know, send you strange text messages or ask for things they shouldn't be asking for or don't respect your time? How do you guys set boundaries?
Nonverbal communication is something that's helpful. People can see how to talk to you and how to communicate and how to interact with you through nonverbal communication. What you're saying, what you're not saying, what you mean, how you look when you're saying it, what are you sending to them?
On the other hand, you do sometimes have to be verbal and be firm in what your boundaries are. Just let them know, hey, I'd be more comfortable if we did it this way, or I think it'd be best if you and I did, just give examples of what your boundaries look like.
Boundaries are there because you actually do have to have relationships. That's one of those things that aren't going away. You're going to have coworkers. You're going to have family, and really, if there are no boundaries, the relationship that's there can't be healthy. And so you set boundaries because you want relationship. Now, one thing that's interesting about that is that when people receive boundaries, sometimes they don't appreciate those boundaries, and that's okay. People don't always have to approve of your boundaries, but they're yours. They're your boundaries, and you have to set them.
And I think boundaries are about respect. And, if somebody wants to have a relationship with you, it'd be nice if they respected you. And so when you set those boundaries, which is just your way of saying no or you stop here, then a lot of times people will kick against that. They'll challenge that because nobody likes change. They're used to interacting with you in a certain way. So when you put up that boundary, especially at first, it's not comfortable for them. So they'll challenge that. But if you just keep pursuing that boundary, keeping it up there, they will, a lot of times, hopefully get used to that boundary and they'll ease into it. You just have to stay firm and think about what do you want,
Yeah, there's this crazy thing that happens. I tell people when they're working with kids and teenagers, if there's something that they're doing that you want them not to do, ask them. It's pretty easy when you lay out an expectation, because most people want to please other people. They want to do the right thing. And one thing that falls in boundaries is, sometimes people take more than you want to give because you never told them, no, you can't take that much. Or they don't understand the way you're feeling about what you're saying because, well, you haven't said anything yet. Boundaries are okay. It's a good thing for you to have.
It also shows that other person, where you start and where you end. It also helps you keep from being resentful of that relationship or being around that person. The boundary isn't just there for them, it's there for you and for the protection of the relationship. Not because you're mean, not because they did something wrong, not because of any of these things, but because you love that person and because you want to maintain a good and healthy, positive relationship with them.
I don't know about love, maybe kind of like the person. Either way, boundaries are good, and lots of people have trouble setting boundaries. Especially in a culture that we have today, where boundaries aren't always respected or observed. And so if that's something you want to work on, well, I know a bunch of counselors, like at least 3, maybe 4. If you would like to call, we'd love to help.